Hello. Okay, I just want to talk about a few things while they're fresh in my mind. As everybody knows around the community, my family has gone through a lot of tragedy. We're no stranger to it, and sadly, it continues to happen over and over. So this is something that I feel I need to say. So this is going to be an educational video for the community, tribal members, and it's hard to say this for I don't know which of you out there in the community is going to face it next, but it's going to happen. Okay. And this is about Joe Sanchez and the whole incident. Okay. For one, Joe Sanchez was crossing the street where he got struck by a La Paz sheriff's truck. Okay. The facts. It's been established. Facts are that a tragedy happened. We can all agree. We can all agree whether the sheriff's office was paying attention or not. We can all agree he struck Joe. We can all agree Joe was in the street. We can all agree that a tragedy happened. Okay. Those of you who are driving by videotaping, those are the ones that I'm speaking to. All you bystanders that are watching, you're who I'm speaking to. This county has multiple agencies. We have DPS. We have state troopers. We have CRIT, tribal police. We have sheriff's office. We have deputies. We have BIA. Okay. They're all different agencies. Okay. So when an incident like this happens, when any civilian or anybody gets struck by an officer, gets shot by an officer or whatnot. Let's just take Joe's incident, okay? When a pedestrian was struck by a La Paz deputy, this is what was supposed to happen. What was supposed to happen is, because it's an officer-involved incident and there was a fatality and they have to be investigated. The police have to be investigated. So another agency is supposed to get there on the scene. When the officer, as soon as he struck Joe, he was supposed to call out for another agency. Another agency, which would have been CRIT or DPS, is supposed to get there and keep, because now La Paz County Sheriff's Department is involved in an incident, which means none of them are supposed to be on the scene. CRIT or whatever other agency that arrived is immediately supposed to take over the scene to preserve the crime scene integrity for investigation, meaning nobody, no cop, just because they got a badge and they're walking around on their walkie-talkie and it looks like they're doing something productive and, like, you know, through all the chaos, they are not supposed to go anywhere near the truck that struck the victim and remove anything. That is called evidence tampering. So everybody that was driving by and videotaping, you had no idea what you were videotaping. Chances are you just got done videotaping the sheriff's department tampering with evidence. They're not supposed to remove nothing. Not a jacket. Why not remove the jacket? Because for all we know, this sheriff has a vape pen full of marijuana. He has needles, drugs. You can have anything that could do with impairing his vision, his mood, anything. He could have had a cell phone that he was going through and he wasn't looking. You know what I mean? It could have been anything, for any reason. You're not even supposed to retrieve your jacket. You're not supposed to retrieve your clipboard, anything. Now, the police know this. So when CRIT arrived on the scene. They're supposed to take charge of it. It is now crit scene to police the police until the state troopers get there and take over the whole scene, another agency. So for everybody out there in the community, the next time, because it's going to happen again, I'm sorry to say, but one of you out there, one of your loved ones is going to be involved in a tragedy. And none of us know who it is yet because it hasn't happened. So I'm preparing you for this. Make sure the police on the scene, so the next time something like this happens, everybody knows. Everybody's on the same page. Make sure the other agency, besides the one that's involved in the tragedy, takes over the scene. If any police starts moving the shoes, moving anything, it's called evidence tampering. And police are not exempt from the law. So remember that. This is education. Let's all get educated together because it's going to happen again. Believe me, it's going to happen again. And I want you guys all to know what to look for. Immediately, what you do when you get to the scene, take your phones out. Start recording. I know you don't know what to record for. Just record anyways. Just record anyway. Just keep recording anyways. And later on, you'll figure, you know what I mean? You'll find something in there. So now, knowing that, all of you guys that were driving by the scene and what you witnessed, you could look back at your videos. Are these police going inside the truck? Are they removing objects? Yes, they are. Okay, so when I got to the scene, let me tell you something. I read this post on Parker Live. So I was on Parker Live and I read the statements from Ponce. Okay, it said on there, Ponce called for an outside agency to investigate. Okay, they're trying to make it seem like he should be patted on the back for doing something that he's already supposed to do. You know what I mean? Are we going to start giving awards out to women who are getting general assistance because they're using the food stamps to feed their kids instead of letting their kids starve? So do we give this mother award? Hey, thank you, mother, because you used these food stamps that we gave you to feed your kid and you actually fed your kid. Do we give her an award for that? No, we don't. So why is it making it sound like, and I'm not bashing Parker Live, but Ponce himself, why is it made out to sound like Ponce is doing the right thing and I called for an outside agency? For one, that's called protocol and you're supposed to do it anyway. So don't sit here and try to trick the public like you're trying to be some saint. You know what I mean? Secondly, you said you didn't want to be insensitive. How about this? On film, and I could play it, while his daughters, Tina and Reina, were standing across the street trying to identify his body, you were yards away from the body laughing. And I got film. I got footage.
There's
of that.
Good old Ponce with their big old smile on his face.
Let me see that smile, Ponce.
Another murder to cover
up. The
up.
reason you don't want to make a statement is because it's insensitive. Well, I think that one's already out the window. So that's another the thing that bothers that's troubling about this Parker Live post. You know what I mean? And I know the guy that does Parker Live is just posting to inform the community, which brings me to another subject. When Ponce was voted into office as sheriff, when he first started, he came out on the La Paz County Sheriff's page on Facebook, and he would make updates. Okay, we had a shooting at Food City, and Officer so-and-so went out there, and, they shot, and they took the custody and the suspect, And he even went on there to say, hey, we got a lighted parade going on, and, he was actually letting the public know what was going on. When did that all stop? So, and I was already keeping track of this stuff. So we go back to the shooting of Johnny Beckham. All of a sudden, there is no more public announcements except for this lighted boat thing, and the announcements stopped almost completely after that. And then it brings us to Officer Palma, which somebody else is posting around on Facebook. You know, this officer busted for kiddie porn and all that stuff under Ponce's watch. You know what I mean? Again, you didn't go live. You didn't tell the public about that. And then here we go again with this teacher. Now this teacher at the school. You know what I mean? Again, did you go public? You know what I mean? Did you warn the community? No. You know what I mean? You couldn't at least, you know what I mean? But the fact I'm trying to make is, you're taking your time and to make an announcement about the recent event involving Joe Sanchez. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm not a supporter of you. I'm a supporter of law enforcement. I'm a big supporter of the fire department. I love the fire department. You know. But I'm not a supporter of you at all. We watch these things. We watch for statements, all that stuff. So with that being said, I just want to, you know, this is supposed to be educational video for the public. Remember that. Tragedies come along, videotape. That agency, that department that struck Joe Sanchez was not supposed to be taking things out of those cars. And they were. What you guys witnessed is a crime. You know, in other countries, you know, it's called a cover-up. You know, in Mexico, it's just, you know, it's common practice, but you know what I mean? Are we Mexico? Are we the United States? So I just wanted to put that out there. I just wanted to put that out there that keep your eyes open, people. Be educated. I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear it from me, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna say it anyways. And like I said, it hurts my heart because I know out of everyone that's gonna listen to this, a lot of you are gonna be disbelieved. A lot of you guys are gonna be like, yeah, I hate this guy. I'm tired of hearing his voice. And then it's gonna happen to you. I don't know which one of you guys is the next family or the next victim of a tragedy that's coming, but it's coming. And I just want your family, and I want you prepared for it. That being said, you know what I mean? You know, stay tuned for another video coming out because I got a lot to say. This one's involving the tribal elections. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, regardless. So, with that being said, sorry, I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I'm kind of mad. It's kind of sensitive issue. That being said, just have a good day, good night, and you know, stay blessed. Bye.